as a party, or as an organization, the NRM is in the process of fulfilling its one of its main principles of democracy, of going through the process of what are called primary elections at all levels of the party, in order for us to be able to identify the various candidates who are successful from the grassroots level to the parliamentary, to the presidential level, who will then contest in the national elections that will take place early next year against other parties in order to elect the leaders of this country at the presidential level, at the parliamentary level, at the LC5, LC3, councillors, and so on and so forth. So the season is now for those primary elections within the NRM and also within other parties. Here in Kitgum, the process has begun. It's in full steam, and at the moment, the campaigns for the joint campaigns as established by the rules of the NRM has begun. It began about 2 days ago. Whereas the rules are very clear, whereas the rules are clear that there will be joint campaigns amongst, in the parliamentary elections and the other elections, there will be joint campaigns amongst those who are contesting for the parliamentary seats. I have opted, and I've applied to the chairman of the chairperson of the NRM Electoral Commission to opt out of being or participating in the joint campaigns, which is allowed, and it did grant me permission and allowed me to opt out of this process, and I deliberately. Whereas I encourage and I respect the rules as set out, I've got nothing whatsoever to fear in participating in the joint campaign. In the joint campaigns, there's nothing unique or special or to be feared about in the joint campaign, because the people who participate in the joint campaign are individuals and human beings like you, and there's nothing to fear about that. But because of the nature, I am a Minister of State for Foreign Affairs in charge of international relations. By the nature of my job, experience has shown that that I still continue being a minister. I'm still in my office doing my duties. I'm still required to fulfill my responsibilities as a minister. There's a possibility or a likelihood that I might be required to travel abroad, if need be at a short notice, or to receive special guests who are head of states who might be coming in the country, or even to be a participator as presidential envoy abroad. This has happened in the past. I've had this experience of being asked to travel abroad quickly and urgently to address and handle state duties. Because of that, and if one of these does happen, I would then be able not to participate in what has been a constructed and straitjacket program set for the joint campaigns, and I'll therefore miss out where they have gone to joint campaign. So I need that flexibility. I need that flexibility to be able to go in and out, or do or campaign in areas at my free will, and so that to allow me to also continue with my state duty. So I wanted to put it for the record, very clearly for the record, that I am in the race for the primary elections. I'm in the race, and whereas I am not in the joint campaigns, I've got permission from Tanga Odoi, written permission from Tanga Odoi to opt out, and I will therefore be campaigning solo on a program set which will be published by my political assistants. I have nothing whatsoever to fear from participating in the joint campaigns. I'm a veteran of politics. I'm a veteran of democracy. I'm a veteran of in participating in all these kind of situations. So there is nothing for me to feel apologize for, or to feel that as some people put it, that I fear participating. That is wrongly construed by those who so claim. Thank you.
Listen, do you have some document from Canada that letter?
I have written proof, irrefutable proof, beyond reasonable doubt. And that document, I shared it with the Cyrus, who is the district registrar for the NRM. It's on that basis of that letter that Cyrus allowed me to opt out. So if you have any doubts, you can talk to Cyrus, and he will tell you that he has a letter from Tango allowing me to participate. Don't even think about me being voted out. How can you even think about that? That is criminal. Don't even start. Allah, you fellow. Why did you say that, Mr. Minister, if you are voted in, what are you going to do for your people, and what are the plans and the big things you're going to do for the people of Kidgum and the Chorizo region? Why do you start it from the negative? You sound as if you're part of Loop, or you are planted to come and ask me that question. There's first of all, there's very the likelihood of me being voted out is on this occasion is very minimal. We have indications show that we are doing very well on the ground. A week in politics is a very long time, as somebody said many years ago. If you Google it, somebody says a week in politics is a long time, anything can change. But we are confident that this time we will be able to succeed. What is important is that as a leader, losing is part of winning, and losing are what happens in politics. When you go to politics, you should accept that you can win or you can lose. But records have proven that even on occasions when I've lost my campaigns, like in the last occasions, I've continued helping not only the people of Chua, but I've been helping the people of Kidgum, and I've been helping the people of actually sub-region. During the last time when I lost, you remember that I bought ambulances, not only for Chua East, I bought ambulance also for the Kidgum hospital here. During when I was elected out of office, I've managed to build 8 youth centers in my constituencies. From Namokora up to Muchwini, you'll find I've built youth centers, which is the first of its kind in Acholi sub-region. You will not find youth centers in any part of Acholi sub-region except me. These are youth centers that have cost us over $100,000 each to put up, and before they're equipped. Now we're going to equip them with chairs for the youth. We're going to put 100-inch screens. We're going to connect to DSTVs. We're going to put 2 pool tables. We're going to put darts for the youth. We're going to put computers, sewing machines in them, and we will get into joint. We want to sign MOU with the district, so that we can use the youth centers for training youth in entrepreneurial skills, and having seminars and workshops for the health issues, and having workshops and seminars for women on other opportunities that they can have. So these are things that I have done in the past as a minister, even when I lost. The roads in Kidgum, even when I was out of office, I ensured that the roads in Kidgum were maintained, especially the one from Konalao to Kidepo, were consistently maintained to allow traffic to move freely on that road. So for me, it's not a question of just being in office. It's a question of utilizing my position as a minister, irrespective of whether I'm a member of parliament or not a member of parliament, to help the people of sub-region. Scholarships, people went on scholarships, even when I was out of office. People went to continue going to China for trips, for exposure, to understand, see the Chinese miracle of transforming their people from poverty to getting their people out of poverty. So these are things that I did when I was out of office, and you know, and this is what leaders should do if they have the opportunity to help their people and community.
I saw recently a clip of a launch of a multi-billion school in memory of your late father, the former head of state, Rev. General Tito Okello. Are we going to see more of this kind of development coming, or it is a once?
No, we will see them. First of all, for the record, when I was in the Ministry of Education, the Minister of State for Education, I took advantage of being in an office to start constructing Cites secondary schools in Kidum district. And one of my commitments at that time was that I will ensure that the Chole sub-region and Kidgum will benefit from my position in office as much as possible when it comes to education. So you'll find that when I was Minister of State for Education in charge of sports, I managed to establish Oryem Cites Secondary School. I managed to establish Kilgumatidi Cites Secondary School, Lagoro Cites Secondary School during my time. I made commitments and I ensured that the establishment of Layamo Cites Secondary School and Amida Cites Secondary Schools eventually, even when I was out of office. I pushed in cabinet, I pushed the Minister of Education that these were my pledges when I was in office, and I wanted them fulfilled. As a result, if you look closely, you'll find that the whole of Kidgum, as it is, every single sub-county in all sub-counties have a secondary school as of today. And that is mainly because I ensured where there are gaps using my office that we managed to get 6 secondary schools in those places. Omi and Yema Cites Secondary School, which is there. So which old sub-county does not have a Cites Secondary School? They all have Cites Secondary Schools. During my time in office, I used my office to ensure that Gulu University, which was being transferred to, which is about to go to the Lango sub-region, Gulu University, there was some controversy as to where Gulu University, it was not Gulu, it was called Northern Uganda University at that time. We were about to lose it at Chole sub-region. But I used my position as a minister in the education to ensure, we had, together with my sister Betty Cage, to ensure that university was established in Gulu. Laro, this school which is near whatever, what is it called? It used to be a nursing school. It used to be a school for former abducted children. That school was supposed to have been was built by the Belgians. That school was supposed to go to Luero. The then Minister of Education, Professor Makubia, had suggested we go to Luero. But when I found out, I asked Professor Makubia, but how can you take this school to Luero, from abducted children of Chole sub-region? Yet you know the history of what happened in Luero. When he would not listen to me, I went to my brothers, Mao, Okumo Regan, Zachary Olum, and I told them they should put their foot firm in Parliament and also go to the Belgium government ambassador and make it very clear that if this school went to Luero, they will not accept, they will not know actually child would go to what? To Luero. And that's how we talked to Ochora. Ochora gave the land, and then the late Ochora, and the school was started in Gulu. Under my what? My watch and under my advice. Even this other school, Labora, Labora. Okay, for the record, Labora was started by the Commonwealth, by the Commonwealth Secretariat. When I received that then Commonwealth Secretary General at the airport in Entebbe, and we're going to State House. He told me that there was he wanted to give Uganda a school for what? For training, vocational training for the youth. I told the then Secretary General that why didn't you? I said, where are you going to put the school? He said it's up to government of Uganda to put it where they want. And I told him, why don't you tell President Museveni that we start this school in what? In Gulu, where there's war and the children are missing education. So when he reached State House, the man told President Museveni that this school should go to Gulu. That's how it started. So when you talk about education, my brothers, I have tried. And since then, I started with something called Belgium scholarships. Hundreds of students went on Belgium scholarships at the beginning when I was in military education. And since then, how many children have gone from Kitgum and actually sub-region abroad to China, to Malta, to India, to Turkey under my scholarship? So many. Maybe the Jordan people have not gone. How many people have gone for training, journalist training in Egypt? You went?
Beijing.
You went to Beijing? How come I didn't know this guy went?
2018.
You went? Why did you tell me?
I always chat.
I went with him.
I went together with him.
Oh, with him?
They went after me.
He went after you. You went to Egypt also. You went to Egypt?
I think there was a gentleman from Tembo.
The gentleman from Tembo.
Yeah.
Next time, put all these other ones. Let them go. But I'm not sure about this one, the beard. This looks like Al-Qaeda. But also, put women also. Yes. In this round, this other round which is coming, let them all go and do whatever they want in China there. It's an opportunity for all of us. So, when it comes to education, let me be very clear. I've always believed that if education is the only way out of poverty, education is the way of bringing sanity to our community. Education is the way of causing mind change in our community. Apart from ignorance, it can cause mind change. It can fight poverty. It can bring peace and stability in a community once people are educated. Then you're not talking about nonsense. You're talking about frail, fleshless things which are wasting time. You're talking people from a constructive and educated perspective. So that's why I've been concentrating on education. Education, exposure is very, very important for our community if our community is to develop. All these Western countries we're talking about, you cannot leave school or you're educated until when you're 16. That means when you're 16, when you've reached all level, then you can leave school. Short of which you cannot leave school until when you're 16. You should be educated until you're all level. So everybody in Western Europe have gone up to all level. The bus driver, the cleaner, the housemaid, anybody who does anything have gone up to all level. So they can be able to understand their daily issues. So one of my main agendas has always been education. I continue being a minister. If there's a situation that requires me as Minister of Foreign Affairs to go and address or deal with, I have to go and deal with it. The country cannot wait because of Minister Oryem is campaigns. Yet we have to deal with a situation. For example, if there's a conflict that might erupt in South Sudan, or there's an emergency, a conflict that might erupt between Uganda and another neighboring country, immediately, I have to address it. I cannot just say I am in primary elections. The issue of South Sudan, who then will handle it? Or if a neighboring country or issue in a neighboring country, who then will handle it? I have to be able to handle it. Yet my neighbors, my colleagues who are in the joint campaign, all of them are unemployed people. They have no all of them are unemployed. They're job seekers. Which of those three have got a job? None of them have got a job. Which one of them of those three have got a job? They have done nothing. My colleague Lilian Abe, Cannot be in a joint campaign. How? If there's a disaster now in Balombuli or somewhere, there's a disaster. I'm going to tell a bear, you let the people first wait for you to finish your campaign, then you go and assist them or intervene. No. Habe has to leave and go and see how to save lives and address that situation. President Museveni cannot leave State House to go and address it as the president. That's why when you take the office of the minister, it comes with the burden, responsibility, and the risks that are there. You don't only have the good part of the office of the minister, of a big car, or being paid, living comfortable as a minister, and all those. No, it comes with the risks that are there. And one of the risks is that during campaigns, you still have to continue your obligation and duties. So these are the challenges I have as a minister, and not only me myself, but in Kitgum here, my colleague Abe also takes the risks, or stands the risks of being required to attend to her state duties at any time. And I'm not sure about her status, but I doubt if she is also participating in the joint campaign. We have a program, a very flexible program, and we give notice that I'm coming for my campaigns. And the publicity machinery informs the public. At every level from the sub-county up to the village level, we have a publicity secretary in leader structures. So we inform the publicity secretary to mobilize people on the ground immediately that the minister is coming for this place, is coming for his campaigns. Please mobilize the people, and the minister will come and express his position. We also have our agents who will also use to publicize and inform people. We also now intending to issue on a regular basis. We'll issue a program 3 days in advance, whether we will be able to come or whether we will not be able to come. We will be put on each of the media houses. In that way, we hope to be able to mobilize enough people to come and listen to my programs and my agenda and what I intend to do when I'm elected, or why they should elect me. In any case, before this campaign, I'd done a whole round of the whole constituencies. I'd been to every parish, I think, every parish in Chua, and invited all the villages for those meetings. So we're already on one big round, and this is now the official campaign round that we're going to do.
Are you okay with the joint campaign?
I have no problem with the joint campaign. Let them continue the joint campaign. They are welcome to continue the joint campaign. I have no harm about it. I just want it for the record that I will not be participating, and good luck to them. When you talk about the SAGE program, the amount of money that they pay to the elders in northern Uganda is not different from the amount of money they pay to elders in other regions. It is paid uniformly. So this complaint that the money is low is universal to all the elders in the country. Whether you're in a poor area in northern Uganda, or even you're in an area where there's less poverty, like the central region where there's less poverty, or even western Uganda where the level of poverty is even lowest. Elders are all complaining that this money is low. However, this money, the government purse at the moment, or the government coffers, does not have the capacity of money. I don't think it is a priority of government to increase that money at the moment. Because we have to be realistic. Any increase in this money going to elders have to come from somewhere. It has to come from some coffers, and we run a cash economy. Whatever money we take from the taxpayers is whatever money we spend. So unless the government income increases, there is no way, no matter how much noise you make in Parliament, no matter what you complain in Parliament about this money being low, it will not change, because the income the government is coming is very low. That is why we still, up to now, we still have problems with the issue of salaries of teachers. Teachers are asking for more money, arts teachers in particular. ask for more money. But the government does not have the money to give to arts teachers because the government does not collect enough money from the taxpayers to be able to pay the teachers, and in this case the elders. Only about 30%. This country, this Uganda here, the people who pay taxes are very low among people. I think only less than 30% of Ugandans pay taxes. Only but less than 30% of Uganda in the tax economy. And they carry the burden of the other 70%. So you have 30% of the people paying taxes to carry the what? The burden of the other 70%. If this country is to transform, if we are to become a prosperous country, we need over 50% of the people, up to about 60 to 70% of the people, to carry the burden of what? Of 30% people. But in this case, it's the reverse. A very small percentage of people are carrying the big burden to ensure that the lives of the 70% of people get hospital treatment, the roads are built, the schools are, the teachers are paid, the doctors are paid. It's a burden. However, by the grace of God, things might change in 2027. Things might change in 2027. Why? Because we are going in the oil production mode. We have been informed by the Ministry of in charge of petroleum that we will now start earning some money from our production of oil, and once that takes place, our earnings will triple or double what our national budget is, and in that case, we'll be able to fulfill and increase the income of our elders, so that they can get what one might say an income that is reasonable.
With the same faith that the government has put in place with the civil servant in hard-to-reach area, the special packages that are given to them. Looking at northern Uganda, the post-war and the fact that it's one of the most poorest regions, and as a son of the soil, would you consider tabling a special request for the elders in northern Uganda to be considered?
That can be done. That can be done. That is tabling it is. In fact, I don't even have to table it in Parliament, because I see it in cabinet where policy is made. So I can introduce it in cabinet. Okay, it's one thing to introduce it in Parliament, but I can introduce it in policy. In what? In cabinet, and bring this matter to the attention of the president, and then it's the president that we need this thing. We in northern Uganda, because you see the way that the government works is not the textbook where you people understand it. When I hear people talking about how the government works here, is in the form of textbook. People think that when you go in Parliament, you can say something and something will be done. You people, it's not that simple. You know, it's not that simple. If you don't have the ear of the president, my friends, if you don't have the ear of the president, if you don't have the capacity to be in cabinet and say in cabinet where where things are done, in order for it to be able to reach Parliament and the government, that's why we have a caucus. Why do you think the NRM have caucuses? To ensure that what we want is passed in Parliament. Caucus is not just where people sit and go and drink tea and coffee. No. Whatever we want to be, when we were passing the defense bill recently, the defense amendment bill, how many caucuses did we have? About 4 or 5 caucuses. And did anybody stop it thereafter? It passed. You see? So, if that's why when it comes to elections, I keep telling you people, if you just elect this kwara people, they remain in Parliament there, and they can talk what they want in Parliament there. And then you look at Parliament, you look where. And I mean, you know, Okare, you know, Time, Gamete with Iri. Pikira yangi pu boregi eni ma I look at Parliament, ka you look at Parliament, ki join the og, you know, man piera teki. Ka gamete eni, ka la dit lo potu ramo winyo Iri. put me on we look me why you ire no people rom kele nyime we eno go chi bot speaker why you gina mero time we o carry you ka gina tek lu ko ka spiti me la pure i karma ana mero de ki pok chuaka ni dura deke chuo ki pok dura de dek nini ano ni chuo no ditotwal tere no pit par robo I was a member of parliament for the whole of Kidgum district. Kidgum kulo eni tek from Oryem to Akwang. We done they went papat. So I check out both President Museveni and Ling. I check watch it. Why being on watcher? Give me the justification. Momot Unyang. But Unyang Ugochi but Jacobulanya. Which Jacobulanya was tall right. But what Jacobulanya? No may be watching the command. Nene ukare parliament. A bill can councillors passing the resolution. Like a resolution meeting. Make council. Kama council pass a resolution or table if begin a parliament. Edo la no no chimney gina mero time. O time. No. Toro no chairman the Toro the chairman no districts. Anga announce in Toro districts. You don't announce the parliament. Pila di lo wa Toro bi no district. Yes. So can you what you actually need? Can me go pay with major kamaki young year. O try me kwara parliament. And be do the kwara fumano. This is gonna me take the picture of a young the parliament law the day okay, jump can me parliament. I made my dom, what me parliament. My friend, hey, pretty here, you pity me. Wo majana go chim, wo maja guru en machiro gone. Machiro gang machiro ki deporame. Guru ni right. Ela kai kidu go chim ne yuguru manu kanya. Ikidu uru go chim. Anga go chim manu. Ana go chim bota tumo mala. Waka tumo mala kiguru ki pinia. Ana bani machiro gangwa. Ka ti ye pop ada bor kala ni papa. Adu gang no ngia lira. Pipi pu guru ni. A guru mama ni minister wai guru machiro tourist road. Wai bela no buni mere buntia mo yo bala nyingwa. Achira yo no buni bo. Ambe ko la kati wo ak chor mor ka pa munni. I chor mor ka ko awaja chora ni koma. Idi ko mi wa choro. Bai bas di ben mod. Go chimbo jomer ke lamme. Wai un ma fopi kira yam lampol ni ko nen kira ram ko pour guru ni. O kira nen guru ko ti ngo. Ka geru ne. Tawti akala. This is government. Ka chara kwara. Chago chibora nga yei. Tin mo wanu logo ni. An a wu ma go ngwe. Parliament road. Doma ku waji guru cha mera pura. Ma pot pi bolo ku. Riam kay mero ku. Neni pur guru ma bot ngo. O pot pi bolo ku. Ago chibora to mala ko. Ago chibora to mala. Amer guru na ki pu. Guru ba cher ben pour dire ma ben cha pour guru mi nyima ko Uchini Pajong la tol. That is government, my brothers, not kwara.
Then
Munyang deliberately Utemrajmi provided Lunyodowa Ichogin Mon Ichogin Bo Come did Pimano Merago Teach give it Matego Eddie Mon Ben Muniao Mino Chan Niwa Ticho Ben Pur Pama Baki effect of make it Liverpool Manchester whether you bongi Jamagi Baja Cholo Pier Kabi any Jamagi be actually a Jolo Piedba Jamagi Merichara Meda Kidgino actually sub region Ma Mini Ma BPT tech compare jem ni wengi ti tekko kila mwaka mir itongom ichocha para chiel imba kweri diang kila mwaka dena wene kainen dan me mwaka ma rom kera dan mwaka ki pira bi chiel rom kera alka ka waj bo dan I am over 60 people don't believe you must be 55 or 58 but even if you come a person of 55 or 60 here, do they look like me? They look almost they're 70 because of chan modality. If you modality here, yet middle when you poverty, actually, some bridge of me what look at that. Me were known identifying kid crop more. No kid give no. Ma ide ipira kichiel. Mwaka. Ipira mera kichiel. Yaga do ipwana. Mwaka ipwana kili chenne. Kile Ibuganda coffee ede pira ki chiel. Ipwana dogwa ngo wa giki. 24 million ni 25 million ni 30 million i coffee ki chiel. Kai chiel bundi bujo kokoa kuja. Jo no mere chenne 30-40 million shillings every year luleme. No pira mere 5-6 acres of his cocoa. No channel la boy a year. Each you masaka. Kabirbo kene. You taking on matoke. Matoke ben nyuala. Kai iti my matoke tian ali bachiel. Tian ali bachiel. They charge each machole for 15,000 shillings. That's 15 million shillings. Kai so just multiplies and changes. But in actually, me the tongue home, karbi korekoro, kuchido bino, uchak tongue home, ito home kong mi purkal, ito home mi pirpul, ito ma bira bor and ito home mi pirunim. So what we need, is jemi madong pwana. Madong ipira ki ciel, ondo iwe. Kai piro nyogi piro mena nyogi ma chama. Kai piro muranga, piro muranga nyama a chama. Mana kita warobo koyo danwa a ki chan. Igin mo kana ma achole uber ki chan ye. Ma gamete o te ma right. Watin wa dire. Ikarbak by 1986 Diano doing actually sub-region. Diano doing actually especially East actually. Diano doing harbut Uganda mokere. And to go banya madog kwai Diano megwane. Ko bedi no ni dano peki Diano. And to jomo kere matiki Diano and make it on the balelo mati around. Ko inen kilo ma jonti kere. Mi jodi Diano kilo lonyo. Lubao mena wano ni ngom mego matulo ini uwe ini bil ngom mi perole lubao ti makaka lubao no ngeo ni ngom pachuli uben malach kuman ini wa chulu gongo gogle maka no piki mali pachuli kono wana ya kombe do tiki akiro dino peke gibul ba wa ni achuli kid go ngom pachuli ubet kulet ubet ki ancestral land ubet ki lempa kwaru ukena kaka pia ngine churi kati ngine ki dien dien me berika bagi chamudum we dien unya endo wegine ungeni kai kwa dien ki churi ko wen a churi beriki chan ku mano naka ko kwa dien ki churi we ndo ko beri chan anywane dong bado ngi wan lu chan balo do cha odonyo because wan lu chan ila chan dong imini gina de jola balo do mini chen ming mogo imiyongo miho balo do mini chen ming mogo imiyongo miho because ila chan dong ko bedi e ga dar wan kedo kita yang down tigi gina die ga no ye miyongo me bot balo ngaro ye ngado piye no da winti go ti wangi tuolo dano no tiki chenne chak ba ko beddi no tiki dang kayang down tiki die chak ke ni fo lo ka chak ko da no chena ki chako no so chan mi ko mi kwanya die ki ti actually umero chan mato romo karo ento pi kombedi ke lo ngjaw no balani mir ane tama mir wanen wa identifying what tigi jo means agriculture and wa identifying ngoma ki rom pira actually maka actually pira ma duong pona ki tel ma pona mel ki tel nyokrio no chen rom ki chalo coffee bena wili ki tia ko pira actually
Low coffee alliance will be on the t-shirts.
yes but panya ka coffee bi do ka beri wengba panya ka ja tu boto kuja or wachani urge or ma tu boto kuja or ja piyot ba or ja piyot do ka coffee mere ki noki coffee mo maroma twenyo kir or wachani en ka kit oro kit ping en daro on pia onya en kit irrigation pitiyo anen uru tia playing gine ti duana mo ulu maro ulu nywa marai pume ba wai de pio ngal mo bi onyo pikare kare ni ci manu ci ni ko way ya churu kan logo ko dogi
Lum.
and that's the problem ada pa churi pere adi do bo ngeo jemi tuchu kore pingato biri adi do bo ngeo jemi ma be kiti ngompa chuli kita tiyo kere kiti waje kere kore la bo kala umina di dobo ubiri chuli makadi mina di dobo u studying kit pachuli ngompa chuli wen kore waje ko minne tumana la bo kala di dobo ngeo kit pachuli chik pachuli lo kamwam di dobo ngeo ma be la bo kala pero matia aye kinwa wana chuli telu actually madom mati dok teach mal biro tel dano aye pilo ka dabor actually gire ye tia encourage lo ka balalo de that's the truth kaya wanu ribe ko tu tero kot ka chiel ma tero kot ka chiel madalo we lo le ba chiel la bo kala east actually west actually but they actually when Kampala why enough is enough kono pengo ngobatie ero mani jimla dilobo ko inen kila dilobo lo groupe kede we groupe ngagi who actually yang groups actually achel ko people lo actually ka jel. Then the problem, that is the problem. No benefit from it. Unless Dano Ribe, they were at the dining. Kidu one and one in a mouth, wajo. Dingo, but you put picking mayo. I told you put again. Kaya ke mahamia chiel waju beda waju bodu tiro mamegu beda waju bodu tiro mamegu kid mayang wa ngom pacholi we kaya ke mahamia chiel mahamia rio wanga wa ngom pacholi wana na ma social media ade wa come on mene kida dala miru chak ni aw dano and the truth is ni acholo poka du la pat te jamero yomu chwingo balalo yo te jomo no chena ki balalo te jomo ando Paul Dano primeiro que na balalo ando gumba right watigo mi gumba duong mago ma encourage na balalo magiti ado benefit ina balalo ana periye gala pulwa ye ana periye anta meru wi na balalo ma tuwal balalo doktu gi kunu Tuala, Ameru, look at Balloon. Because Chakamu Motu Mano, do my cherry goma water. And Ben and Geo, officer bere utima tek mineno kirmi jolo balalo karabe riyama ginti Tanzania office minister for foreign affairs regional corporation wala wura wa tiki record kirma me ki jol ki gam joni ma karama gi ko Tanzania riyama gini kunu gido Uganda because Uganda no woro ni joni bil ki tuo foot and mouth kira get bino bene get bino doni western Uganda do western Uganda joni pu bin kanye ko balongo nek wa di wa wen ko di ni bil ki tuo that is true joni la ka bero wen joni wa teso kama joni teso one time joni bi o kanye ni by teso e chueru riamu jako riamu joni gi Arab boys ikuja you po the first group of balalo mu bino ya choli sub region to do riamu gin you po to do ko riamu the first group but to do no put secretary general riamu joni ba tek ba joni ko lu ko die do jalo gi na joni dogo an wi po chalma ki mako ma ki to lu ko dinge die ba joni ibi we ki to riamu gin no kama to do no tie pour petit secrétaire général binu mono ko man enni il faut ki deti enni ko no do ngu to do ki deti enni tiki chienne die ba joni ka chiel is no less than 5 million ton diang enni is no less than 5 million shillings diang chiel no less than 5 million shillings and then ki makoni kingi kay tiki mi chiel you multiply 5 million times 100 50 million that is big money, my brothers. Kichana tugo do kid dia ma jolo kilo kanyen ni ki dit bodo donyo ki dit magdo lonyo birgi do birgi bu dogo du rejo bene il faut voir le comme fencing off Guinée P ko beri and then one waje meri chuma chano ngo cancel a beach mana nywago anywa pe en ngi te cheno bil dana wing mana nywa I know ko bedi anywa mo kene ko bedi you know nyome actually wele yot ite to ki nyira wa no nyira matino no lu jor balu chan nyum nya kan mo pingo mi na ngwen nyum nya kan mo mi na bi ko be ki jema gi merne ki nyal ke dwa ko nyira wa ba duwa ta ke lokka ka o ba gi ki tete me bene ki nyal ka nyira wa duwa ta yang ruwa ci gi tugu my friends
Machado minister maner ko ma wo lokum dual citizenship pian jone ke riam ge go donye Uganda status ge pian gete akok do ngi genbe de ticket wer but wo ngeo check mi Uganda tieni ngat ma panywele mi Uganda petwer wi ngom petwer oni ngom
unu choga jere ko unu choga jere padang how much you read and I read a lot and I go to sleep. In my chair, I sleep here. I go to sleep around 1 o'clock. But the amount of volume of information I read between 9 and 1 is amazing. I read so much. Anything that is on the social news, I don't TikTok, WhatsApp. I don't waste my time with WhatsApp. I always tell him I have no time for WhatsApp. Don't make me want to WhatsApp. But every news that comes on the BBC, CNN, RT from Russia, Euro News, I read all those things. To update myself and be aware of what's happening. So you also have to make an effort to be sure you're up to date on on these matters. So when you talk about citizenship, we don't do it like a citizenship. When young kid junior ria kere, the angle they give no kere. The chimba in the kid you can pressure come lead boko. They give me long in citizenship. You know, one Rwanda, Warido Kan, and you are one kind, Warido Wadi, Kuro, you look around the one in Uganda. You want to go? You know what team go here? That's the reality why. And then you don't get it. Do you get why? So, my brothers, tell a ribbe. Yaho coin looking gang. And we know LC3 more can any LC3 more gay challenge young. LC3 jolok genewa. Kalmono chiro ideal pa gene. Ochi ideal pa the late gene Brigadier Okoya. Rebellion. LC3 chu kalok. Mi chu balalu. Ya be point that it nobody apo ko twal jembo te mekan because balalo ni makanyu mira dia beach kene what logo bi chwa balalo ba be why you mira dia di no it's not obvious that you're being bribed. You know what kind of person comes and stands up and thanks the lead lobo for balalo temo ya be why balalo di jor mira dia beach tin actually my friend. So you know, even at that level, they all be compromised. But one thing, let me tell you one thing, which unwanted cowards, people listing and shaming, feel the ngagi, ma watch it come we don't ngom, magin balalo ngom, uchongi pop the jerome jealous my chori. Come choy come. Regla mera my full skirt. Aha. Gumbe lia. How choy come man long. Yes. Chopper with it. Oh, Adrian, but you look where the little more. People joining it come. Ngati, and then I would tin no year bingo. Make it come a link. Or loan ya go don't tin. Huh? Yes. Actually, ungeni dong, ngan ba dong tian ne kuma long lo dushu. Ngadi. Jodo will ngoma dit lo dushu, jero ngadi, brigadier ngadi. Magang ino me lukingiri gang ino me robet ko kwene bushenyi gang ubet gin ero ko wakanya. Ultimate comparison, got him in the last 5 years. The opportunity was there. Man don't get penya. Gina me no pain. What you pay you? What you pay you exactly? You had the last 5 years. Come here example on the first 5 years. I gave it to you people. Who know what about him in the last 5 years? We're talking here. And I end. Watch it down. You had the opportunity to have a minister. You had the opportunity to have a member of parliament. Very good. My friend, what's your analysis? What do you watch Botano? Not him, man. Piana, you may watch you. Hey, Poro. A common minister was also member of parliament. You don't want to me. Hey, Poro. A common there's a gap. Matter minister of your car. You were big Grario. Manti look at Umiro Medic Moro. Don't even analysis of Megu. Uno timo. Ana timo analysis mega. That's what Bill Kachu. A thorough analysis. It analysis and then it middle in watch a combi analysis.
Therefore,
The difference.
Nya Alex. La Peña ma mera de Peña. Kachar one more bit in one year.
No, Pinyang. You watch you young watch answer there. Give me an analysis comparison. Comparative between Karacha and Combedi any.
Anna, you the me.
No, I watch it. You made a watch young. Tell me.
Okay, take a member of parliament. Maki Guma Bear, Kitchen Bete Minister.
No, you watch a comparison. Karacha, I was member of parliament. 21 to 2026. I was a member of parliament and minister. You know what I did. You now tell me what happened between 2026 and 2021 and 2026 combined.
Kawanan, Madakilok, Medondo. She around one any Pimwaka beach. Jammy Mano Berkate many political. The Angamano Tea Minister, man of the Tilla Mammy Parliament, no taking care of me lobbying, Committee Kabemka and Papa, Mano Tika down. Pay the man one in summary.
I don't know. You people. Then you ask see the question, looking down, mirror many two MPs. Then what's the value? If you take a minister and an MP in the last 5 years, there was no value, according to you. Then why did you even think or you can contemplate him? I don't know. No to a will which to a will which and look any actually matter we logo Ginaga Monte my bear. And for the what you lure Jimmy my papa table. Where you go? Schools Matimo, ambulances Makelo, Dalmono scholarships, Dalmochir Wako, Gurumiki Yobo, Maj Makel is actually but there's no electricity in Kilkum Canyon. The young would yell put Unu tell Bungela put young yellow put can all these are poor sub county. all these are big things which I did. Huh? And the chairman will have me bolo kui in 2020, you know. Then one day, I will I was instrumental. Me, Okello, I was instrumental in the Juba peace talks. Till I actually participated in Juba peace talks with loyalty and Peke. I was the deputy head of that mission. Who else was there? More than me. Who spent more time than me in that act? We don't coach un team you are on the camp, you can't gang. Style money camp. Yes. So when you're talking why this time, it doesn't make sense to those people are short-sighted. Oryem is to build big things. Who else? So that's a question of timing. I built that school in memory of my father because yet kilachi at this school money getting it gang la pana kuja. I know Pachua school manu. The Karamaki you school I know why you bought to Joro Puget school manu. Pamer Meru you look at school manu. I never said to myself that school people and you kune ken a Karamingo, Karami Bolokui. I knew the failure from the beginning. Total failure. It was also a very shoddy job, make it Temokunu. The contractor did a shoddy job, connive Kijomi district can give me a certificate. So how can I associate that with the name General Tito? How? Very embarrassing. So I know we will build a General Tito Okello school. My name General Tito Okello school. And you will see it. So I told my friends, you come and let us show these people big things. Yes. In my position, why should I do such a thing? And after that, we're going to build a health center. After that, we're going to build a vocational school.
Get one in them, Papa White. In the primary ballet, get in around the day.
No.
Kagwa, you know what it is.
My friend, in the better kunu, in the Dano Bino Kune, huh? Take you no kunu, you know, Mona or Bedo Kunuka get be fara any. Chirkunu, eh? You know, the supervisor is mono, he's not going anywhere. The money is there, dollars, cash. This is memory of my father. Party money me you between got more, and you and me I'm doing in memory of my father. If you're going to think for the name of General Tito Okello, you better do something big, not something fa. Yes. That's why I refuse to associate with that school. This is Lusaf. Why don't you show projects window in the chat? On your team project window in pool. So that all of you in these villages, make a human school many pool. So many day pool. So that you start generating money and getting income. It's not a responsibility. How you think? Teach me get to school, but petit palo nyodo. Petit palo nyodo, teacher gamente. Teach me get health center, petit palo nyodo, teacher gamente. Teach me puru gudu, petit palo nyodo, teacher gamente. Utia winwayo. Kelo match. Vocational schools, teacher gamente. Any noni gamente mi chen mi project. Unu waje ushia get to school. People would look okay. We generate chen gamente ubinone. Into project make a Lucian here. We village you launch. How here the Girekan in the between East and the presidential poverty alleviation. When the president began, I want you to Jomakun, Pamir will look at school. Pamir will look at Gudu. Pamir will health center. O Nenu, what project Mumiro? How here Kunu Committee, presidential initiative against poverty. It's a digging guy. Beekeeping, big time. Huh? And people are coming out of poverty. They're a very happy community because give you luck. And that's the problem of that school. So another show his job. So I want you okay, what your President General Tito Okello no panel jogging. And I teach you young one day we'll do something. The days arrived. So my friend,
master plan mi school ket matikere. Ngombo beberu tie.
We're going to put a whole primary school from nursery to P7. Okay? All the teachers and plus headmaster will be fully accommodated. We're going to dig a water well, but they'll be running water 24 hours. There'll be modern toilets, Polutino. Then look at that toilets will be modern standard toilets, it'll be cleaned every day, 2 times a day. Keep running water. They don't have to worry because we're pumping our own well and putting our own in. We're going to put a public hole. I got all Guinea. Why can they've got a very big hole. Okay? An assembly hall. We're going to put an assembly hall for students and the community to use if they want. We're going to put a very big kitchen so that every day children will be able to get porridge during their tea break. This is the number one. They'll have a sports field and a sports ground to play sports and other things. This is the first stage. The next stage, which I agreed with again, with my friends, then we should be the health center. No. So my plan is we have a sort of a health center 3, primarily targeting families of the students, but the community will also be welcome to use it. Then once that is finished, we will put a vocational bin, so that those who cannot continue Kikwana Megi and Yimanyim can be able to be trained on other basic skills to enable them to run their lives. These are the things which we're planning for these things. So have a positive mind, you people. Think positively, and things will become positive. But if you start like this one, if you fail,
But dear Minister, that sounds like a lot of money. How much, you talked of dollars, how much money are you investing in that?
My friends from Poland have told me they're ready to spend anything beyond 1.5 million US dollars.
You care to tell us where the location of this school is? Where the location is?
Where does man come from?
No, I mean the village.
Where does man come from? So what have we talking about all this time?
Boro village.
Doesn't man know about the former school material already?
I know Lapana.
You know Lapana?
Yeah.
It's just next year. Kai tia yomi ro Namkora. Kai karo kuluni. Huh? Karo kulu on the left.
I know.
Yes,
in need of the village.
It has been at the center of campaigns. School and then minister.
Exactly. So go there get a logo. I'm not a joker, ba? Ka bebene, and in the pa, Kanganati Romno transporte, and in the pa, I'm going to launch the establishment of a health of a maternity ward. A Kurmo. I've got finance, I've got sponsors. I'm going to put a state-of-the-art, fully furnished maternity ward. Because the thing yo don't tell kuno. So there'll be groundbreaking on the 10th in collaboration with the district health.
This month?
This month. This month we're going to do big things. You wait and see. Remember, every day, Oryem. You will see.